Hi, I'm Daisy,
Hi, I'm David.
and we're the MSA Crusaders.
Welcome back, listeners. We're here with another episode of 50 episodes. And we have Gary back today. He was with us on December 21st of 23. Gary, welcome back to the show.
Hey, thank you for having me. I do appreciate that. It's good to be back.
Hey,
Well,
Gary. How's life
Hey,
treating you?
I'm doing okay, I guess, considering I have MSA and all that crap.
Yeah, I'm not going to be a stickler, but when we talked yesterday, you looked very worn out, as if maybe MSA is taking a toll on you.
It is. I feel like it is. I was telling you about I had a fall the other day just recently, and I hit my mouth.
Gary, that
Uh,
makes my mouth hurt. Really
I'm
does.
sorry. I hit my top teeth, and it just messed them up. So I had to go into the dentist and everything. They're going to look at them. They're going to say in a month, what they're going to do. But that was I felt pretty bad after that. I
Well,
don't
I'll,
like
I'll
I
give
don't
you
like
I'll give
I
you a
don't
word
like
of advice. It's called go to Mexico for dental implants. It's much cheaper.
mm,
I've hurt
mm.
after you told me that. My teeth hurt. That was very painful.
Yeah, getting four teeth knocked out does not sound like fun, Gary, at all.
No, it's not going to be fun at all. But that's all right. I got to do it. So
Yeah.
I was telling Gary that I'm got an appointment in November to have my teeth pulled. I'm going to dentures.
yeah, man.
But you said Daisy, you said that's because the medicine was really rotting at the teeth.
Yes.
I can understand that because before I got diagnosed with MSA, they gave me this low dose of leukemia medication for cancer called methotrexate, and it did things in my body I never thought possible, and I started having a lot of issues with my mouth as well, with the teeth. So I think I understand what you're talking about. Some of those medicines are absolutely horrible.
They are, and they make you dry your mouth out, and that's actually what's happening. Your mouth
Yeah.
dries out, and then your enamel hurts your enamel because you have dry mouth.
Mm. Well, it sounds like we all got teeth issues here, huh?
For the most part. Yeah, I went to the dentist and I had two crowns put in, and he's like, "Well, they're only going to last for. We need implants and not the crowns." I said, "No." I said, "How long are these crowns going to last for?" He says, "Usually they last 3 to 5 years." I said, "Good, because I'm not going to be around more than 3 to 5 years." you know.
You don't know that, David.
Oh, sure we do. Sure we. I'm not going to spend three times the price for getting implants if I'm not, for make them last for 30 years. We're only going to be alive for another 4 or 5. Are you kidding me? No.
I told my husband the other night, I said, I think I will not get the dentures and just like if teeth start hurting, take them out one by one when they hurt
Yeah,
instead of spending $1,800.
you know, with the price, as low as prices are in Mexico, and my wife and family, I've actually had work done in Mexico too years ago. They do very good jobs, very like a quarter, a fifth of the price. And for the price of like implants here are going to cost you like about 6 grand, like 3 to 6 grand per implant per one, right? And down there you can get away for probably $800. It's amazing how cheap it is.
Is the quality of work there?
Yeah, my wife has me. You can never tell. Not implants, but all the work they do. I mean, they pulled some of my teeth out. They put stuff on, caps and crowns. They do really good work. It's just you got to go to certain cities. Like I wouldn't go to Tijuana. There's a lot of gangs and stuff. But
Mhm.
going to Morelia or Guadalajara, like Kelly Washington, stuff like that, Acapulco, it's very cheap.
It's
Well,
me.
extractions are free with my insurance, so that's
Yeah.
no problem.
Yeah. Oh yeah. They'll pull them for free. That's for sure. I know that.
So I'll just get done one by one.
Yeah.
Then I said, why not? Why not get your dentures? Why not get your dentures? I didn't get that word out. And I said, it's a waste of money.
Yeah. So it's a lot of money, and I mean, they're gonna pull everything at once. Like my dad had full set dentures at the age of 40 because he just didn't take care of teeth, period. And they pulled a lot of rotten teeth. I mean, like if they always tell you if you still got teeth to save them, as much as possible. Once you go to dentures, you lose a lot of sensations of eating and drinking and biting. It's just completely. It feels weird.
I've lost 70% bone.
Oh, bone mass. Oh, okay, yeah, that's
Mm.
So they probably can't do implants for you if you
No.
they would have to graft bone onto
Mm.
you and then try to get implants. Yeah.
It sounds like a really expensive proposition to me.
Sounds like a big painful.
No, in Mexico it's not like so if they have to graft bone for bone mass, it's like another $100 or something. It's nothing. In the States it is, but I'm telling you, in other countries, not I mean, including Mexico or other ones, it's fairly cheap.
No, thank you.
I guess they don't have the lawyers down there like they do up here, you know.
So how did you fall, Gary? Was it like loss of balance or dizziness?
Just loss of balance. I'm doing that a lot now lately,
Yeah.
unfortunately.
Is it like side to side or front to back?
Usually if I'm going backwards, I'll fall almost every time. So I try not to do that anymore, you know.
Yeah.
Avoid the things you cannot do or shouldn't do. And then,
Yeah.
and then,
Gary,
You,
do you
I
use a
was,
walker? Do you use a walker?
yes, I do. I use a walker too.
You fall
you,
with the walker?
Yes, I fall with the walker all the time.
yeah. Well,
No.
Walker doesn't protect you backwards.
No.
I just
you
think,
because you remember when they do the clinical evaluation in the doctor's office, neurologists, they will pull you backwards by your shoulders, and that's what they're testing. Because people with MSA and Parkinson's, we almost always fall backwards first.
hmm.
Yeah, I don't know if you had that yet, Gary, but like when you go for clinical trials and stuff, they do all those tests again, but they do the pull over show. And
They had to have done that with him when he went to the DDF, didn't they, Gary?
They do it with me every time I go. I'm
yeah,
a neurologist, you know.
So tell us, Gary, you had a clinical trial with DDF. When was that?
The
October last year?
It's
October, what?
October. It's been almost a year. It's
Wow.
October the 3rd, I believe.
yeah. So for Daisy speaking, Gary had a GDNF AAV2 clinical trial where they drilled 2 holes into the side of the brain, possibly the back, usually the side of the brain, to inject an AAV2 series protein into the putamen to try to reboot the system to start creating dopamine again. Very invasive. Well, I mean, it's drilling into the brain, so it is invasive.
Yeah.
Any brain surgery is a serious surgery, and I was rejected from that because they told me the surgery was going to be not the medicine, but the surgery would hurt me more than it would help me. So it seems, Gary, if I'm not mistaken, that surgery has taken a toll on you as well.
Well, I think it was the surgery, I guess, you know, it was either that or maybe, I don't know what it could be. But, you know, yeah, as soon as I came out, I was just like, I was totally out of it. And I noticed that my stability was different.
You
And you
think?
were out unconscious. I mean, for surgery, you were out for 8 hours, right?
I was out for like 8 hours after they were supposedly, you know, either doing a fake one, you know, where you had like you either had like, you know, them doing a fake, you know, where they would just kind of cut your skin on your scalp, make you think they drilled holes in it or whatever, or they would actually do the, you know, the holes in your scalp. I mean, in the scalp and in through your skull as well. And then they had people in there that were on MRI machines that were running that stuff, you know, while they were sticking
Yeah,
those screws into your brain and everything.
yeah. They use live X-rays to position things like that. So you're pretty confident, Gary, that you got the placebo then.
Well, I don't know. I like to think I did, you know, at least. They said they'll let us know like 14 months afterwards.
Yeah, 1 year after this, you have to commit for 1 year to the clinical trial, and then they want a total of 3 years, but at least one, and after one, you can opt out and also find out if you were
Yeah,
given the treatment or not, placebo.
Are
yeah.
you gonna try to find? Are you gonna find out, Gary?
Yeah, I'll find out as soon as I can. Yeah, that's what I want to know.
I would too.
I would absolutely just to see if I was going crazy or not.
Right? You've fallen.
Oh, yeah, I fall at least once a day for like the last month or so now. And it's just like a regular thing, you know.
Yeah. Yeah. See, I count my falls differently. Like I never talk of when most people say fall, that means like they fall completely to the ground, uncontrollable. And I usually, I'm still pretty athletic with MSA. So I like fall into things, and I'm still able to catch myself. Like this morning, I mean, I consider myself falling 6, 7, 8 times, but I was into the dresser, back to the bed, into the dresser, to the door, to the wall, to the wall, to the wall, to the wall. It was uncontrolled.
Embarrassing.
Yeah, it was uncontrolled, but I was still able to catch myself before falling, like uncontrolled to the floor. So that's what I call falling. But what you speak about, I've only had that probably a handful of times where I go down and I need somebody to help me up or something like that.
And unfortunately, my wife is here. She likes to help me up. She makes me feel better, It's a good thing. I like her to help me up as well.
That's
I'm
good.
so glad you.
But I'm like you, David. I'm a pretty coordinated guy, and
Yeah.
I'll fall and I'll bounce into things where I know there's something behind me, or maybe there's a chest or drawer or something or a bed there. I'll just go ahead and and prepare for that, right? So I
Yeah.
do that too. Probably
Oh,
do that maybe 3 or 4 times a day at least.
it's amazing what you bump into. Like this morning, I was having a chest bumping match with the dresser. Like, get the hell out of my way. It's amazing what you bump into with MSA. It's like
Yes.
your body's saying walk around, but your mind's like, no, we'll go through it.
Yep, exactly.
Yeah.
Sorry if I could hear my dog. He's a little MSA mascot.
I don't hear him.
Oh, good. This is my first good then.
You're good.
Maybe your new mic is filtering him out or something. You never know.
Yeah. Imagine that.
Mm-hmm.
So you think you can walk through stuff like walls and stuff? You instead of walking around, you can
I
walk
try
through
to. Yeah, I try to.
it. Take a shortcut.
Yeah, I mean, I hit one wall with the back of my head and put like 10 stitches in there. That was one of my worst falls. That was an early fall.
Yeah.
Then I
Yeah.
learned how to, kind of catch myself and do things like, like you were talking about, David.
Are you gonna stop hurting yourself, Gary, and go ahead get the wheelchair?
Don't do it, Gary. Don't do it.
Yeah,
It's only teeth, Gary. It's only teeth.
yeah, I know.
But you know that some deaths are due to falls.
Of course, my best friend died from falling. He did sign language. He tripped and fell in his apartment and hit the radiator heat in the bathroom and died. Of course, it's true. But Gary is a fighter. He is not going to let this go to take him down easy.
I know. I just worry about y'all. Both of you hurt yourself. You have a fall.
I'm not ready for that wheelchair yet. If I get one, it'll be a nice one. It'll be all electric and everything. So,
My power chair will be here about 2 weeks.
Nice. That's nice.
Yeah, Gary, we have the same mindset, I believe. I know we can take the pain. Most of these injuries are superficial. It's only stitches. Like if you said staples, that might be different, but it's only stitches. I can take stitches all day. I have so many surgeries where I've had stitches and staples. So
I call it stubbornness.
I don't mind. I will keep walking over water like Jesus until the MSA gets me. No way.
I do not want y'all to get hurt. Y'all are stubborn.
Nobody wants to get hurt. But Gary, you have to. I think here's the lesson of the MSA. You have to not make the same mistake twice. Like when I fell in my laundry room, I walked out of my computer room here. It was pitch black. First time I did that, I saw nothing, and my mind went poof. You fall, and I fell. I stayed there. My daughter came and said, "Can I help you? Can I help you get up?" So what I do now? I have a light on in the laundry room anytime I'm down recording when it's dark. So because of that, I haven't fallen since. If you can learn your mistakes and not just be like, oh, it's just MSA, blame everything on MSA. We can really go farther than what most people think we can.
I agree with that 100%. Yeah, I'm trying to figure out how do I avoid these things. But
Yeah.
I still think I'm just normal.
Yeah.
So,
you are normal. You are normal.
I meant like normal physically. Physiologically, not normal mentally.
Yeah.
Which whatever. That's up for debate. The whole mental normal thing.
Oh, we are not going to talk about Daisy right now. Whoa.
Hey.
I mean, I will say, Gary, when I normally wear Nike Flyknit running shoes, very flexible, very
Mhm.
narrow,
Mhm.
very comfortable. But when I have issues with balance, I go straight to my LeBron James shoes. They're basketball shoes that are very wide.
Mhm.
And right. So I might hit my toe and my heel at different times of walking, like stuttering because they're a much bigger shoe. But the wideness of the shoe allows me to not tip over so much. Like it's really hard to tip over when I wear those types of shoes. They are heavier, they're much bigger. I mean, they are a little cumbersome, but like don't make don't go out in the same Flyknit running shoes and trip. Switch to LeBron James or Michael Jordans or
Yeah,
whatever.
I got a pair of Skechers that I like, or a pair of Adidas that I like. You know, yeah, I wear those.
Exactly, and that's how you continue with MSA, right? Just don't give into the wheelchair automatically because I tripped 100,000 times. Do something different, you know?
Well,
I just
I'd
had to
say
accept it. You know, that's one thing I do.
Yeah.
I got injured there because my family was, no, you're not hurting yourself. Just don't let me walk without him being there. You know, and they don't want to see me get hurt. Like I don't want to see you guys get hurt.
Daisy, I would rather see you get hurt than give up, and
Just because
that comes from the heart.
I go to swim every Wednesday, and I have physical therapy here every week. But I don't give up. I walk, I march, I
Yeah.
do my leg lifts, stuff like that. I don't. That's not giving up just because I'm being safe.
Oh, well, I get that, but I mean, the difference between people with MSA, Gary, I think you would understand this too. Just as a man, there's a lot of differences in man when it comes to
I
sports,
just
athletics, and stuff. But I was recently out of town, and I told my wife we walked by a basketball court, and I said, I wonder if I could still shoot the basketball, right? So I got a
oh no.
basketball. I shot. I just did a free throw. It was horrible. I said, you know what? I wonder if I can do a jump shot. I did a
Oh
jump,
no.
I did the worst coordinated jump shot ever in history, right? They didn't come close, and I gave up after the second shot, right? But my mind says, I wonder if I can still do this. Let me try it, right? That is the competitiveness that most like men really have, because we don't want to see ourselves give up. We want to try anything and everything, if not to gauge where we're at, but to see what we can do and what we can't do.
Yeah,
So
that's true.
I can still jump off the ground and land properly, but it might be shaky. Now, can I continue like do that in a basketball game? No, absolutely not.
Yeah, I
I
know what
think
you-
it is because you're a man and I'm a woman. I really do.
I agree. We are different for good reasons, right? Can Gary? Can you imagine me being a caretaker?
no, I can't.
No, get your ass out the bed. You suck. You're a loser. You're giving up. You're an idiot. You're not trying hard enough. Blah blah blah. Can you? I would be horrible as a care with compassion. Thank God I'm not a woman because I would be horrible. Right? We are different for a reason, and those are good things.
I think it'd be very motivating.
I would try my best.
Mhm.
I think the proper movie would be Major Pain for anyone who's watched movies. If you haven't seen Major Pain, please watch that movie.
Well, I did. Speaking of things like this, I did watch your podcast the other day. We were talking about crying, and I thought that was a really good one.
Which one?
You're talking about crying. It's okay to cry.
Oh yeah, absolutely. You have to you have to vent because you know why. What happens if you don't vent? You take it out on your wife, your husband, your kids, your caretakers, your God,
Mhm.
Jesus, anybody. You take it out on other people, and they don't. When I get frustrated, I either go downstairs to the room and break stuff, or I go to my garage and throw 2x4s around. I get the passion out of me, and it's over, right? But
I need
if
that.
you don't, it builds up, and you end up hurting people you love when you knew you should have taken care of it to begin with.
Yep.
My poor husband.
Yeah, I know, right?
Mhm.
Poor guy. You got to send him some donations.
He puts up with a lot. But I'm not gonna lie. I get mean sometimes.
He was yelling at you yesterday for your microphone. I heard the whole thing.
That's
Well,
right.
I'm
Yeah.
just saying, like, I'm a very technical, skilled person, right? And my wife is very, medical community and, typical woman type stuff from Mexico too, right? So we grew up on technology in America. They did it. So I'm always frustrated. Like, we're at the movies one day, and she's like, what?" We went to go see a 3D movie. She's like, "What does 3D mean? Like, what is 3D?" I'm like, "What?" Like, I was yelling at her, like, "What do you mean you don't know what 3D is? It's nonsense, right?" But
Mhm.
yeah, some people have stuff, some people don't. But technical.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I listened
We
to
both,
a your podcast the other day when I was out there looking around. I just happened to see them on Facebook. I think they are, aren't they? Yep. They're really good ones.
Yeah, absolutely.
we've, we've had a few good ones. Out of 50, we've
Yeah,
had a lot of good ones, really.
yeah.
We're thinking about going video.
You're gonna go video.
Yeah.
We're thinking about having some video podcasts.
It'll be a fun thing to do. I think.
Think so?
I think it'd be a blast. Yeah, because that way you kind of see what the people look like and how they're, how they look and all that kind of stuff. But I think it's important sometimes.
Yeah, I agree. I absolutely agree. You
Yeah,
can.
David said, I want to see, people want to see who's talking.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I mean, think about it. We're just audio right now, and people are on my YouTube channel because I'm showing me myself, and I'm showing you MSA what it looks like. I just did it today about a video this morning about O2 blood oxygen levels. I'm showing what it looks like to trip and fall, or facial masking, or the heat, and people are interested. Just not what's going to happen, but what's it going to look like down the future. And quite frankly, if you look at my first YouTube video and the one now,
There's a big difference.
night and day. I mean, and Gary knows I'm not being mean, but Gary looks completely different from 9 months ago than he did before. Mr. McDonald from New Zealand, off of Australia, looks completely different, right? I mean, you can see,
Yeah.
not only can you hear Daisy slurring and my slurring, but you can see our facial masking and her facial masking and your facial masking. It's something that people, if they see it, if they see it, they could be more prepared emotionally for it, in my opinion.
Yeah, he had talked me into it. I was like, no, I ain't going video.
Yeah, well, we're all imperfect. I mean, we're all ugly to some extent. We're all pretty to some extent. We're all too white, too dark, too big of eyes, too big of a nose. I mean, look at this big Italian nose I got right here. This thing's huge, right? But I don't care. It's fine.
Mm.
So, Gary, have you had any additional symptoms that have started with your MSA?
No, not really. I think it's just worsening of everything that I have now. There's
Because you,
nothing new. I mean, the whole mobility thing was new. That was a new thing that that I hadn't had experienced like that before.
Yeah,
yeah,
because you were flying. You were going to Michigan by yourself, right?
Yeah, it was.
You can't do that anymore, can you?
I could if I had to. I think. I think if I had to, I probably could. But I prefer not to. But my son goes with me, or my wife goes with me usually.
that's the attitude, Gary. That's what I'm talking about, Gary. I will if I have to. Absolutely. Good
Yes, it
man.
comes along with being a crusader, huh?
That's right.
Well, I mean, I guess. Well, how old are you, Gary?
I'm 63.
63. Yeah. So I mean, you've had an active lifestyle before, so it is probably a big change going from athletic to, especially like in a year, like not needing to rely more on kick walkers and stuff like that.
Yeah, it is. It's a real challenge for me. I just can't seem to get my head around it.
Yeah, I can't. I don't. I used to feel embarrassed, and I'll tell you, I don't use a cane when I think I can do it, when I can walk. So when I'm feeling good, I won't wear a cane. I won't use a cane or anything, because I feel that if I do use something as an assistive device, that I'm cheating on myself, and I'm using something like I feel bad for being disabled to begin with, right?
Mhm.
So my mind it makes me stronger. That if I can walk through Walmart looking even drunk, I don't care. But if I can do it without the cane, I feel so proud of myself when I get home. I'm like, you know what, you did it. If you did it once, you can do it again.
I feel like the cane is that's my cheat right there. You
Yeah.
know, gotta have something to kind of hold me up. I think, you know.
It's a great guide. Like it never holds me up, but it's a great guide because we're always on that tipping point of being drunk. We're always tipping. Like we get to that point, and we try to correct ourselves. So the
I
cane
can't even stand
is
up
very well.
without holding on to a locker or somebody holding on to me now. Because if I stand up, I just tremor.
Mm.
You could if you wanted to, Daisy. I have faith in you.
I don't.
And that's the difference. I have faith that you could. If you had to, you could. We'll get your Rocky Balboa music again. So what's the plan, Gary? Are you going to are you thinking about another clinical trial in the future, or are you like one and done?
I'd like to do another one if I could find one. That would be a good one to do.
You were officially diagnosed in, was it 22?
Yes, sir, I was.
So that would be, you're only 2+ years in, so you got at least another year and a half slash 2 years to really get into almost all of them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Ono is a great. I got a YouTube video on it, Gary. It's a great clinical trial where the medication that the proteins are giving you are going to try to break up the buildup of the alpha-synuclein proteins, so that MSA actually develops much slower. It takes a lot more time. I have heard between that one and ATH 434 that they've had 15 to 25% success. Now, if you think it's worth having 15 to 25% success, cool. But some people want to be cured. That's not going to happen. But those, especially the ONO one and the ATH 434, those are really good for trying to break up the protein to extend the longevity of the MSA to make it not come on as quick.
Well, if I got the AAV2 GDNF, trial, if I actually got the drugs,
Yeah.
I don't know if they let me in anyway, because that's supposed to be something that's supposed to help with changing your chemistry as well. So I don't know.
That's something to check into.
Yeah.
Um,
Did they tell you that you can reapply to, if you had the placebo, that you can reapply for the clinical trial again?
That's what they said. Yeah, they said you could do it if you wanted to.
Would you?
It depends on what, I haven't talked with anybody who's done this trial yet. I haven't found anybody yet.
Yeah.
Well, you were number one, weren't you, Gary?
Say what?
You were number one.
I was the first one. Yep, I was.
It was like number 3 or 7. I can't remember.
That had to be scary being the first one.
I didn't know I was the first one. I thought I was like second or third or something like that. But no, I was number one.
Yeah, I will say that anesthesia definitely takes a part of your life away every time you go under. I've been under a few times for my ENT issues.
Mm-hmm.
And when I wake up, I mean, it's always a drag when you wake up with MSA, but it always seems like it takes a percentage or two off your bottom line of your life. And I can imagine, I can't even imagine, Gary, 8 hours. And I've had 10 major surgeries in my life. I can't imagine another 8 hours with full on, not just local, but full anesthesia for 8 hours. I can't imagine what that would do.
I know it took him a while. I kept in contact with him when he actually had surgery, and it took him a while just to come out of that brain fog from the anesthesia.
Yeah,
mm-hmm. It really did. Yep.
I was worried about you, Gary.
Yeah.
I appreciate
Every time I come out of mine, they always think I had a stroke. It's so my 20-minute anesthesia is 8 hours. I can only imagine what they're thinking, what's happening to Gary. I tell them, I'm like, it's not when I wake up, it's not a stroke. If that side of my face is not moving, slurred speech, I'm talking nonsense. It's MSA. And after the third time, they finally wrote it down in the charts, and they did not come out and tell my family that I had a stroke. They were like, oh, yep, he came out fine, exactly like he said it was going to happen, and there you go. So it's crazy.
I feel like I had a stroke every day.
You do what every day?
I feel like I had a stroke.
Oh yeah, it gets there. Yeah.
My speech is getting really bad.
Speech?
Yes.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
And I have speech therapy.
Yeah, I notice my wife is saying "huh" a lot more. So usually it's my kids, but when my wife is saying "huh" like 50% of the time, I know it's getting bad because we talk all the time. You know,
In your head, you sound fine, don't you?
I sound clear, 100% clear.
You sound clear now. I'll tell you what, you sound pretty good to me right now.
I'm yelling, and yeah, I have one vocal cord, and yelling is the only way that I can speak. So
You really do good. David, do you have speech therapy?
I do. I have the Speak Out Parkinson's Voice Act, or Parkinson's Voice is the Speak Out program. But I don't need that program to speak better. I understand. My ENTs from IU Health told me what's wrong and what I have to do. You know, by yelling, my body's compensating and making that a normal thing for me to actually project the vibrations of my voice. So I actually know what I have to do to slow down. Now, whether I do it or not is another story, but you know, slowing down, but speaking loudly, I'm able to articulate better. If I speak softly, I whisper and you can't hear anything I say because it'll be completely slurred.
That,
So I come from a speaking background from work anyway, so I'm used to articulating and pausing, starting, and ending things properly.
Gary, do you have speech therapy?
Yes, I did. I didn't really like it though that much. I mean, I think I don't know if I did as well as I could have in there either. So I just,
Which
now, go
which
ahead.
which one was it?
It was the Parkinson's one.
Yeah, so same one. So they just revamped the Speak Out. They just changed it. I'm on the last. I'm like the last person to use the old version. So now there's a new version. But yeah, I've generally heard negative things, and I can only imagine. It would be negative feedback because the more we progress, the worse it gets, and it's not going to help because we have so many things that are wrong with us to begin with. So I imagine a lot of that negative feedback is just because we have this disease and it does bad things to us.
Well, I think it helps you a lot. I think because it makes you speak better right now.
Yeah.
And that's
So
important.
absolutely good point, Gary. Let me tell you, the only reason I go to any therapies or I see any doctors is not necessarily to fix something that I have. It's for them to tell me things I don't already know. Like,
Mm-hmm.
right, have you tried this? Have you, from occupational, have you tried weighted gloves? Have you tried vibrating weighted gloves? Have you tried silly putty? Have you tried articulating golf balls, foam squares, putting keys in the door? Like, what are some techniques I'm not thinking of that I can do, very simple things, to help myself? I don't go for anybody to fix me because I know it's not going to happen. I go to see what I don't know and do those things at home to help myself.
Let me ask both of y'all a question. Do you have any issues with eating utensils?
Yeah, I do now.
I do.
I got the Parkinson's shake, so it's absolutely so to get the fork in the right position in the hand when picking it up is difficult at best, and then keeping the food from shaking off the fork and spoon is absolutely atrocious now. Yeah.
Have either one of y'all tried the weighted silverware?
Yeah, they're expensive too. Yeah. Well, my wife is ordering some.
What are they called?
Weighted silverware.
Yeah, they're like very very heavy silverware, much thicker.
I figured out how to make them ourselves. You
Well,
take
that
full
foam.
noodles,
Yeah.
full noodles, and you put stuff in them.
Yeah, so you want to get pool noodles are big, so you want to get like go to like a hardware store like Home Depot or whatever, and they have like HVAC insulation lines that are much thinner.
Yeah,
and you can, because pool noodles are pretty big. I know what you're saying,
we
but
cut it and you put weighted stuff in it
yeah,
too.
yeah, but HVAC lines are much more smaller for your hands to grasp. I've noticed.
Huh.
I
Well,
like lighter forks and knives actually. Like very sharp knives too, because I can actually cut anything. If I have to.
Yeah, I can't cut. My wife cuts all my stuff.
My wife does too, but I do occasionally.
my husband does mine.
Yeah. Yeah, I gotta tell my wife like the little smaller pieces. She thinks just cut it up, but if pieces are too big, we choke on those things. We aspirate them. So
Cut it up like I'm two.
yeah, seriously.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's hysterical. I mean, now instead of eating with the plate down 2 feet away from you, you eat it up to your lips, and you're like, like you're dying of hunger. You slide it into your mouth from the plate.
Huh.
What I
Sound
do
like
is
me when I eat.
Yeah,
my husband comes with the tray away and I have food all over me.
yeah. All my clothes have stains on them. Absolutely. Yeah.
Mm.
All my Tommy Hilfiger has ketchup stains and barbecue stains.
I have a bib.
I bet. I
It's
bet.
reversible. It has daisies on it.
Yeah. I use so I keep towels with me now, so I don't spill everything.
Sometimes when I take a drink, I just miss my mouth and water all over.
Yeah, see, I'm like Gary with the brain fog. I'll be in the kitchen adding ketchup to my coffee instead of sugar. I do some very
Wow.
weird. I'll put my cell phone in the refrigerator, like instead of putting the milk back. I'll grab bleach for soap instead of the shampoo. I do some very weird things now.
Grab bleach for soap.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So I'm telling you now, I space chemicals away. I space things out, put things in certain areas for a reason. It's very weird. I've almost put chemical in my coffee because we'll be like kids and I will be cleaning the kitchen and stuff, and then I'll reach for soap or Clorox bleach cleaner, and I'll go.
Oh,
Yeah, I swear to God, I grabbed the creamer, but it's not. It's a spray bottle. They're not the same.
wow.
So
Yeah, it's crazy how the cognitive changes with MSA.
it is weird, isn't it? Because I have similar kinds of issues like that.
Yeah,
I find that I can't find my phone. So fortunately, my watch, has a thing where you can find your phone.
yeah.
Oh, there it is, right there. Anyway, sorry.
It's okay.
Well,
You know, mm,
Here we go.
so,
Home phone. Yeah,
yeah. Anyway,
I
but I'll have my watch. It's got a find your phone button on
yep,
it.
yep.
And I'll click it. And it'll be like right on my desk, or something
Oh
like
yeah, right in front of you.
I do
that.
that all the time. I'll be talking on my phone. Where's my phone?
Yeah, I've done that before too. It was in my hand.
Yeah. Have you noticed like you said cognitive, but like your executive function, like your ability to make decisions has declined?
Yeah, I know they have because I'm just a different person now, than I used to be.
Yeah. I'm on a medication, and I swear to you, the medication says that one of the side effects, besides being angry and bitchy, it says that you will believe things that are not true.
Which medication are you taking? I want to
That
know.
that one's amantadine.
Okay, what's
Oh,
that?
really?
Yeah, it's an in between carbored up levodopa drug to carry the drugs over. When you have your low period. Literally read the side effects. It says you will believe things that are not true. I'm just, and I've wondered for the last couple of months how I've been so, me and my wife have been on such a very novel, lovey period where we don't argue or talk bad about anything. I wonder if it's the medication. Like, yeah, I believe everything she says.
That's good.
I'm
That's
serious
good.
though. Yeah, I'm serious.
That's funny. So funny. Yesterday, my nurse was here. She said something was wrong with me. She said I was talking about myself. So she was like, "We need you to do a UTI test. See if you got another UTI."
Really? Did
So
did you did you have one though?
I haven't had it. Yeah, I only had one Monday.
Oh, okay. Your analysis. Yeah.
But I'll get my catheter changed on Monday, so I'll do it then.
Yeah, good. It's two for one.
Yeah. And Gary, do you have bladder problems?
I do, but I just pee in my pants occasionally. That's all.
That I'm telling you, Gary, you're the man. It's just piss, Gary. It's sterile. It doesn't do anything. It's not like you're gonna walk outside. It's just piss. We don't need diapers. We're cool.
I wear a diaper occasionally if we go on a trip or something.
Oh, sure, absolutely. But the little trips around the house. No, it's just piss and poop. It's okay. We're good.
Sounds like we're kindred spirits here. I didn't even
Yeah.
realize.
I did that last night. Like I went to the people went to go to bed, you try. I'm gonna say you try to pee as much as you can. It never comes fully out. Never comes fully out. And you put yourself back together again, and you piss your pants. So like I go in the bedroom. I'm like, well, let me change these brand new underwear to some brand new ones. It happens. Like just get over it and keep going. Who cares? I got like 10,000 pair of underwear anyway.
Mine was horrible for Caster. It was horrible. This Caster, I would do it again if I had a chance.
You would do it again?
I would.
You would do the same process and have it again.
Yes, I would.
Why?
Because I was having to have self cats.
Oh, yeah.
And UTIs are more often than.
Now I'm gonna say Gary. I don't know if you saw this.
Mm-hmm.
I was looking on the World Wide Web, the internet. I think it was Amazon. And then I was looking for like the catheterization items. Just looking, not for me or anything, just looking. And I saw a device that what appears to you put over your member and it clamps down onto it to keep you from peeing while you're walking. Have you seen something like that?
What?
Yes, I have. Yes, I have.
I'm dead serious. It's like a clamp, and it clamps down on top of your private part, and literally it allows somebody to go through airports and make trips, I guess, without peeing themselves. I was like, there's no way somebody has made a clamp.
Wow.
That sounds like that's cool though,
Stick the bottle in your boot, like a Burt
Yeah.
Reynolds in that movie that one time.
I love Burt. Yeah. Can you imagine going to TSA? They're like, what's that?
Well, actually, I have a pea pod. I call it.
Yeah.
Something I go to bed with now because I get tired of getting up in the middle of the night.
Yeah.
But I have this little thing. It's got a thing you hold with your hand, so it's kind of like a round thing, right? And it's about 4 or 5 inches long, and it's kind of big. You can stick your private part in that. You can
Yeah.
actually pee if you don't, as long as you don't lean the handle downward, where gravity will take over, right?
Yeah.
So I use that now. That helps me a lot because I don't have to get up in the middle of the night and get up and go to the bathroom anymore.
That's good. See?
Yeah,
It's
it's
really
good.
well.
I was waking up like every 2 hours. I couldn't handle it anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, my urinary and gastrointestinal have really maintained. I mean, they're damaged. They deteriorate. I got the urinary bladder and voiding disorders. And so I got all that stuff, but everything has seemed to shift to my lungs and above. So I guess I'm pretty happy that the bottom part of my body is still maintaining. It's if you got to go number 2, it's 6 times in a row. So the way I compensate is really weird, and I hope my doctors aren't listening to this, but taking codeine, Tylenol, codeine, or Vicodin will make you constipated. It'll give you hard stools,
Yes.
right? And which is good because I have a bad diet. But anyway, so the worst thing for me is to have loose stools. So I take codeine whether I need it or not to keep me having firm stools, so that when I do go to the bathroom, it's one long continuous thing. The longer it is, the more likely it pushes it out, because once it comes out, it's gravity. It pulls the rest of it out. It sounds weird, but it actually works.
Dude, you go with the diarrhea first, and then it gets constipated. So you're working your way to this levels.
I know. But see, like me, I would rather be, if I'm saying this right, from my experience, I would rather be constipated with very hard stools and push hard and hurt than have diarrhea all day and you got to go 20 times, because hard stools, you're only going to go like 3 or 4 times at a time. But if you got diarrhea, you're going all day long. Your butt's raw. I mean, you got to keep wiping. You got to use wet right. It gets horrible. So I would rather have hard stools. I got give me the codeine. Give me the brat diet. Let me have hard stools, because Gary, when you transfer fluid, right, when you're siphoning the tank, once you get the fluid going, the rest comes with it with pressure. So just like your your intestines. Once the hard poop starts to come out, it will pull the rest with it. I'm Daisy. I'm telling you, there is logic to this. There's science to it. Stay with me.
Gary, do you have to deal with constipation?
I have constipation, yeah, and I actually have hard stools all the time.
Do you understand what I'm saying, though? About
Yes, I do. I know exactly what you're saying.
I'm telling you, as long as it's hard, gravity will pull the rest out. But if it's not hard stools, then you have an issue.
Because Gary, I don't know about you, but I started with diarrhea. I can't believe we're talking about this.
Me
I'll
too.
be outside on the front porch, and I try walking in the house, and I couldn't make it to the bathroom.
Yep.
There's a little trail behind me, but
You're
then,
not the only one.
then I went to deal with constipation. But I have found finally a regimen. He gave me Linzess, and I take that one time at dinner time, and 2 times a day I take Constant Lace.
Yeah.
That is maybe normal again.
Good.
It's amazing.
Yeah. See, the only drawback to what I do is I don't have the sensation that I'm even going number 2. And the only way I know that I have a full intestine is when it backs all the way up into my stomach, or stomach meets the intestine, the large intestine. So at that point, it hurts, and I know I have to go. So not all of my muscles, like in the rectum area, coordinate, they work together. But that's the moment I know I have to. That's the urge I have to go. So I went from like urgency and incontinence to I can't feel it, and the muscles don't work together. So you think I'm joking about what I just said, but it's the one way I know that I don't have accidents.
And it takes about an hour, don't it?
It really depends. If you actually lift your knees up to your chest higher, you actually go. But that's why, like Japanese and Asians, they used to go to the bathroom in the ground. Their toilets were made for your legs to be higher up, so it's easier.
The step up, the little step ups, and the exercise.
Exactly.
I use that in a bedside potty.
Yeah, and that's why it's easier for the colon to expel these things. But I'm telling you, I would rather do what I'm doing now than having to go to the bathroom 30 times a day for diarrhea, and the wiping just hurts. So you're flushing.
Some stuff. We got some soda on here.
It's true, though. That's what the podcast for. It's for truth, right? We're not lying about it.
You don't know. Do most people have diarrhea, or do they have like just constipation?
Mm-hmm.
No. Which one do they usually have? Do you know?
They usually both starts with diarrhea, then constipation.
Yeah, it gets a lot of that comes from medication too.
I was about to say that too, because I'll pay medicine.
I got a bidet actually in our guest toilet. I think it's perfect for number 2. I tell you what, it is a great thing to have.
My son has one.
Yeah, we're gonna get one of those, but we heard they break down quite a bit, depending on what you buy. So we just went for a regular ADA one.
Yeah, at Costco though.
Costco, yeah, they got everything.
Yeah, Costco has everything. They have my clothes. They got everything there that I need.
They have really good cheap vodka too, by the way.
They have everything there.
Costco brand vodka. That's really good.
We don't have a Costco.
We got Sam's Club?
Yeah.
Oh, poor you. Boo.
It's a little bit town.
Now, I will say, going number 2 to the bathroom mimics your throat behavior, because the same issues with our throats, the muscles don't work in sync. Like for burping, is the same thing as going number 2. It's exactly the same. So once you figure out how to master one or the other, you'll fix the other one with it, because it's the same process.
It's exhausting though.
Yeah. I'm telling you, I got tired of going to the bathroom 30 times a day. I said, you know what? Just keep taking codeine, keep staying hard, the stools, and now it's like once a day, maybe. I know I'm not regular. I know that's a problem, because I can't sense that I have to go until it's too much. But it completely works for me to where I don't have to do some weird medical procedures or whatever. So I'm happy with it.
Well, another personal hygiene item. I got one for you.
So,
go ahead, Daisy. I'm sorry.
Oh no, go ahead, Gary. You're a guest.
I was just gonna say that cutting your fingernails. Can y'all do that?
Yeah, barely.
No.
My wife helps me.
My wife cuts mine, or my daughter does. She'll cut my toenails too. My daughter will cut my toenails. She's awesome.
I can't ever cut my fingernails the other day. They had me cut in a month, and they're long. And she was cutting one of them flew across the room.
I can cut them if I have my hands on a solid surface where they're not shaking and moving and the myoclonic jerks. I can do it. When I ask my wife to do it often. The only problem with my wife doing it is I have ADHD. I have obsessive compulsive.
Kind of like you want to
I have obsessive compulsive disorder. I've had it since my oldest was born at 19. And when she cuts a nail that's uneven, I flip out. Like I can't stand it. So
My wife will not get the corners of the edges, sometimes.
Oh yeah. She has
that for me before I just.
Yeah. I'm like, ow! Like that's not a nail, honey. That's the live skin underneath the nail.
Yeah, that happened to me a couple times as well.
But bless them for their efforts in trying. It says a lot for somebody to, like the Bible, Jesus' data to wash somebody's feet. It's a lot for somebody to cut somebody's nails. It means a lot. I asked my wife for the first time last week to come in and actually wash my hair for me. I just can't get the action with my fingers to scrub.
I know that. And then do your teeth, you had to use a motorized toothbrush.
Yeah, I got a real nice Colgate one. Yeah, very nice.
Toothbrush? You have an electric toothbrush? Either yeah, I do too. I got two of them.
Oh, they're wonderful. Expensive, but they're wonderful.
Mm-hmm.
It stinks that we have to do all this.
Oh, and a water pick.
I got a water pick on my toothbrush as well.
So you put a little Listerine in with the water, and you're flossing at the same time, and you gargle at the same time. It's literally like the greatest thing ever.
Mm-hmm.
Now back up a minute to our constipation issues. I feel that eventually I'm going to have a brown bag special along with my golden purse.
Well, I mean, you are full of it, Daisy. I mean,
I'm going
you're gonna have matching bags, Daisy. Think about it. Women will put bottles of wine in their purses with this hidden dispensers for concerts. So what's wrong with you having a brown bag and a yellow bag in your Louis Vuitton? It's okay. It's acceptable. They're gonna think it's wine. It's okay. Really dark wine, but they'll think it's wine.
Right. But no, my golden purse is in a bag of that's got daisies on it.
Mm-hmm.
It's really cool.
Hey, you have to make it your own. Well, Gary, I appreciate you. We appreciate you for coming on and spending some fabulous quality time speaking about very weird things. And
definitely something I needed to hear, from somebody else. So
yeah, seriously, we're laughing about this on video, but
you have to laugh.
Yeah, these are truthful statements. They're truthful actions. They're necessary. The things you have to do. And if anybody, if your opinion and my opinions or suggestions help somebody else, that's exactly what we're trying to do in this podcast. We're just trying to spread the word, the gospel of MSA, and trying to help others by what we do, by our mistakes, and by our correct actions. So I definitely appreciate you.
We don't want you to go through this alone.
No,
you have us. You can come on here and laugh with us. You can watch us and laugh at home, but we just want to make you feel better. Let you know that you're not alone, because we're all MSA Crusaders.
So Gary, we want to have you back at the 1 year mark. We want 3 months if possible. We want to see what progress you have with your finding out about your clinical trial and the next one, if there is one. Is that okay?
Sounds good to me. I'd love to.
Yes, I would be very curious to hear what happens.
Absolutely. All right, Gary, thank you for coming on, and you have a great day.
All right, thank you all. I appreciate it.
I'll be keeping in touch with you.
Okay, thank you, Daisy. Bye-bye.
You're welcome. Bye-bye.